Ladies and gentlemen, my name's Glenn Reese. I'm basically your local MC for this wonderful event here today, here in Allora, of course at the Allora Regional Sports Museum. I'll hand over now to our next speaker, who's going to give us a lot of information, or some information about his very good friend Doug, perhaps the Wikner, and of course the motor racing, sport of motor racing in this part of Queensland. Thank you, Paul.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's certainly a pleasure to be here this morning, and just to set the record straight, of course, I'm from Willowbank Raceway, which is the drag racing part of the world, and that's why many of the gentlemen down here who are the famous people of circuit racing looked at me and wondering who this bloke is. But can I say that it is a great pleasure to be here, and it's always a pleasure to talk about Doug, and not that Doug minds me talking about him, but can I say that the friendship with Doug, of course, goes back 2 generations. It's Doug's father and my father, and I acknowledge my brother Bruce, who's here today as well, and our father. They were friends, and they were friends back in the Golden Fleece days, as we both had service stations, but also in the Model T Ford world. And it was a chance visit to Speed on Tweed. Bruce and I were down at Speed on Tweed, and we saw Doug there with his historic racing car, and I wasn't game to go up and say hello to him, and my brother introduced us, and Doug immediately looked at us and said, "What did you do with your father's Model T?" And I said, "Well, it's underneath Mum's house and it's fallen apart, but if I knew somebody who could restore it for me, I'm happy to pay them." And Doug said, "I'll be there next weekend." Doug turned up next weekend, and 2 years later we now have a magnificent Model T Ford that's been restored by Doug. And can I say that when you introduce to Model Ts, you're introduced to the Partington family, you also get introduced to the town of Allora. And can I say, over the last 12 years, I think, we've been very regular visitors here to Allora, and it is almost like a place, another place at home. But for me, I guess the highlight was Doug invited me to go to America with him and take the Wikner. And the Wikner was already over there, and Doug said, "Would you like to come and tour some of the historic racing tracks with us, and we're going to be running the car." And I've got to say that, man, that was just an opportunity that I couldn't believe. And I had the distinction of, at the famous Indianapolis Raceway, that Doug allowed me to ride with him in the car, and I was titled the riding mechanic. And if you know my mechanical skills, you know that's a very, very generous term for me. I was actually a dental mechanic when they first started my career, so being a motor mechanic was a long way. But that was a wonderful opportunity, and these are just some of the things that Doug has allowed me to do with him. When Doug said to me if we'd come up today and be part of this wonderful occasion, I really couldn't resist it. So I'm going to ask Doug to come forward. Where are you, Doug? He's champing at the bit to come up and say a few words. I'd just like to acknowledge all the Model T people I see here today, and his good friend John over there. Dude, great to see you here. So Doug, a great day here. Congratulations to you and your family. I know you've got everyone here today. And can we just say what a wonderful occasion this is, a wonderful occasion for Allora, and I'm sure this particular display here with the Wikner is going to be quite some attraction for the town. So well done, Doug, and congratulations on today.
Thank you, Paul. Partington's lost for words. That doesn't happen very often. The main thing I'd just like to say, thank you so much for coming. This is just magnificent. When Elizabeth and I arrived in Allora 23 years ago, I didn't realise that Allora would become my comfort zone. It's home, and I think my ashes will be sprinkled around Allora somewhere. I know that it's my job to do something about cutting a ribbon, but folks, there's somebody here today that I have admired since my teenage years, somebody who is a class act, an absolute class act, and a very special person in the world of motorsport. I would like to ask Jilly, the First Lady of Australian Motorsport, if she would come up and cut the ribbon. Oh, I'm in trouble now. She wasn't a bad sort when Dick found her.
So anyway you go.
Anywhere you like, sweetheart. Yep, anywhere. Go. Hey! Yes, a long time ago since Maruka and all those sorts of things. Yeah, boy, haven't we had fun. Yeah, yeah. Thank you, sweetheart.
Thank you so much.
Now we get there to cut the cake. Just keep JB away from the cake.
Is that in a good position? You don't want to move it anywhere?
Yes, yeah, yes.
I don't want to cut it off.
That's a picture. You can just cut it. Wow. We've done it. Ah dear.
So folks, I'd like to make a special mention to all of Doug's friends in America. It was mentioned before that the Wikner has been to Indianapolis. We've seen some of the footage there. It was an extraordinary trip. Doug, you mentioned to this beautiful little town of Allora. What is it that you think makes these people here so special?
Everybody smiles. You walk up the street and people smile and nod, and then when they get to know you, they say, "G'day, Doug." And any shop I walk into here, people know me and just say, "G'day." Well, that's what I want. That's what I want in my life, is a g'day.
It is a really, really special
Yeah,
place.
yeah.
And you coming into the town, bringing your history into the fold. There's obviously a lot of history here already.
Oh, well, yeah, that was the initial attraction. I mean, Pamela Travers, who wrote Mary Poppins, that's where she lived.
That's her house, right?
Yeah, and that hill behind the house, I believe, is where Mary Poppins came down from with her umbrella and landed on the back veranda.
Well, she certainly brought something magical to it.
Yeah, yeah.
I think it's an extraordinary night. The calibre of the people here, the crowd that's come, the cars that they've brought with them, and the beautiful display that the Sports Museum put on here is just second to none. So
I am missing my special friends in America because the Kleppinger family, the Model T Museum in Richmond, the Paquette Avenue Museum in Detroit, where they housed the car and displayed the car for 18 months or thereabouts. I mean, over there, you all made it happen for me. And especially when my great friend Paul Kasos got involved and came with me, and
what a special time.
and to have special people here, particularly a few days ago I thought, who should I ask to cut the ribbon? Well, Jill Johnson was a person who was always making sure we got a cup of coffee and things like that in the background, and I thought, gee, why not one day Jill be the one up front?
That's so funny. That's a wonderful thing. So look, we'd love to extend an invitation to all of your friends in America. We've got the Olympics coming up in 2032. It's a great excuse to come over to Australia. Get here before if you can. Come to this beautiful, beautiful little town on the Darling Downs in southeast Queensland. You will not regret it. And as Doug said, when you walk down the main street, everyone will come up and say hello to you, and come and see this beautiful museum and this incredibly special car. And if you're lucky, you might just see the great man himself down the main street.
Thank you.
Thank you, Doug. It's been an absolute joy to be here.
Thank you.
Thank you.